Hey everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Curiosity Cooks. Now with Super Bowl Sunday right around the corner, it's a great time to start prepping your recipes, and this is one of those things that is super quick and you can get done very easily for you and your friends while you watch the game. Today we're making a simple cocktail sausages and some barbecue sauce. Feel free to throw it in a slow cooker, let it cook for an hour or two and do its thing. Today we're just gonna pan fry our sausages up and throw it in some barbecue sauce and make some deliciousness. So if you guys like what you see here and you guys are excited for some more recipes, go ahead and let us know what other recipes you'd like to see in the comments below. And if you'd like to, go ahead and hit like, subscribe to our channel, and get ready for some barbecue cocktail sausages. Let's get into it. So for this recipe, we're gonna use two very simple things. Go ahead and grab your favorite kind of smoked sausage from the store. Today I grabbed two different ones. I'm doing a chicken andouille sausage and a roasted garlic turkey sausage. Whatever kind you like, I would go ahead and just grab two of those. I think that's about 24 ounces of sausage. Then we're gonna go ahead and use our favorite kind of barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna light things up a little bit today by taking that barbecue sauce base and making it a little bit sweet and a little bit spicy. We're gonna add some pineapple juice, break that down into our barbecue sauce, a little bit of hot sauce and habanero to make a sweet spicy kick on the smoky barbecue flavor. We're gonna pan fry our sausages and we're gonna get into it. So without further ado, let's start chopping things up. So we're gonna go ahead and start opening up these packages. We're just gonna do a simple chop on these sausages. Just gonna go ahead right here. Gonna do a little bit of diagonal, and then we can start coming in. Chop this up in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't really matter. You can make the pieces as big or as small as you want. We're gonna do just a little pan fry on them. So at the end of the day, the biggest thing is this is already cooked. We just wanna make it sure that it coats well in that sauce and gets everything kind of emulsified and delicious in that sauce. Go ahead and throw this in a bowl. Simple, easy. You want to go about a 1/2 inch thick. So if we look at these, just about that thick. You can see that in the camera. And that's all we got there. I've got some olive oil heating up in a frying pan over here. And once that's hot, we're gonna go ahead and get that started. The other thing that I'm actually gonna add that we didn't in the beginning is I'm gonna throw a little bit of red onion in the bottom of our pot for making the barbecue sauce. That's gonna add a little bit of flavor to our barbecue sauce, and it's gonna help temper the heat with the pineapple and the hot sauce once everything gets added together. Grab red onion. I've got some extra chopped red onions sitting in the fridge, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. Make sure we wash off our blade before we start chopping up those onions. We're gonna do some nice thin slices of our onions here. So we're gonna just keep going. Again, use your fingers as a guiding tool when you're chopping through this onion, and go nice and slow. And the sharper the knife, the better here. It looks like I gotta get a little bit of sharpen on my backup kitchen knives here. And that's gonna get you see how that's almost translucent through the blade? That's exactly what you want on the thickness of these onions. That way they're gonna fry up just perfect. So now that we've got our onions chopped up, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put everything into one pot to start making our gravy. Like I said, if you guys wanna use a crock pot or slow cooker, this is perfect for that. You can add everything into one place and let it cook up. You just wanna make sure to get a little pan fry on your sausages before you use a crock pot. So that's why I'm using a singular pot for the barbecue sauce to get things going, and then a frying pan to get a little pan fry on the sausages. So we've got our olive oil a little heated up in this pan. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in our red onion pieces here. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our habanero powder into these onions as well. Start infusing that spicy flavor from the beginning. And then we're gonna go ahead and give these onions a little stir and then let them sit in that oil and wait until they get a little translucent. And then while that's going, while those onions are sitting, we're gonna go ahead and cover them up and let them do their thing. I want you guys to make sure you're keeping that on a low medium heat. Let those onions really get their flavor out and infused into that olive oil before you start going in with your barbecue sauce and your pineapple juice. And while that's happening, we're gonna go ahead and start frying up some of our sausage pieces. I'm just using chopsticks today. You guys are welcome to use tongs and other things to flip them, or a spatula, whatever you've got at home. This is just most comfortable for me. So we're gonna go ahead and add those pieces in. You wanna make sure you spread out all of your sausage pieces. Make sure they get some real estate in the pan here. We're gonna go ahead and let those sausages, we're gonna let them sit for about 2 minutes on each side. Let them get in with a medium heat, and then we'll go ahead and flip them when we're ready. So after we've left these sausages for about 2 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and start to flip them up a little bit. You're looking for a perfect golden brown color on that pan fry. We're not there yet. 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes. That'll do the job. So you wanna go ahead and make sure that you get a nice little golden brown color, kinda like that, onto your sausages. And go ahead and start flipping them all over. So once you've got your onions nice and translucent, we're gonna go ahead and open up our pineapple juice. This is 1 little can of pineapple juice. I think it's about 6 ounces. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in, kind of to deglaze the pot. And we're gonna go ahead and add in our barbecue sauce. Go ahead and add your favorite barbecue sauce. I usually like something a little smoky with this kind of recipe, so I'm using some Stubbs Original Barbecue. But a little Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce or something smoky with a whiskey is great for this kind of stuff. So once you've got your barbecue sauce and your hot sauces and everything mixed, we're just gonna go ahead and give that a nice little mix with the spoon. I'm gonna add in a little bit of our Tabasco sauce here too. And we're gonna give that a nice little mix. And then we're gonna turn our flame to a nice medium heat and let that turn into a nice thick sauce. Right now, the consistency is a little drippy. So we just went ahead and added in that second batch of our andouille sausage, andouille and roasted garlic sausage. So you guys can see, we have a nice little golden brown on our sausages here. Get a little into the camera, a little golden brown. Meanwhile, we got our barbecue sauce cooking up, getting nice and thickums. Your barbecue sauce is gonna sit for about 15 minutes. And when you guys do this in a crock pot, obviously you can leave it for a lot longer, and that'll give it a lot of time to nice slow burn and really thicken up. But if you need to, you can also always add a little bit of a cornstarch slurry, which is 1 or 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then a little bit of water at a time, mixing that in until you see like a nice thick white texture and consistency. And we can show that to you guys here in a second. All right, and while our sauce is cooking up and our last batch of sausage is cooking up as well, we're gonna make a little cornstarch slurry just to make everything a little bit thicker. So we're gonna go ahead and add in about 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. We'll do 2 teaspoons today because we do have a little bit of sauce. And then we're gonna slowly add in a little bit of water, just a little bit at a time. You guys can do this by adding in at about a half teaspoon at a time. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take my dripper and I'm gonna drip in just a splash. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up. It should be just about right. And you guys are looking for a consistency of almost like a thin milk. Once you've got that all stirred up, We're gonna go ahead and add that into our barbecue sauce. Bubbles already starting to rise a little bit in that barbecue sauce. We're gonna give her a little mix, and you can start to see how thick that's already got. And we're just gonna go ahead and get in a little taste on our barbecue sauce as well. That's just right. Oh, that is just right. So I went ahead and taste tested our hot sauce, and it's a little bit spicy. So what I'm doing is I'm adding in a little bit of our extra barbecue sauce that I had here at home, as well as I'm gonna add in a little bit of brown sugar. That brown sugar is perfect for helping that barbecue sauce get a little thicker like we did with the cornstarch. And it's gonna provide that sweetness and rich sweetness that we really need to make sure that that habanero and that Tabasco sauce doesn't get through too much, but you still get a little bit of its flavor. All right, so we went ahead and added in the brown sugar and the extra barbecue sauce that I had at home. The extra barbecue sauce I did have is a little bit of a blackberry barbecue sauce, so it's added a good touch of sweetness, so I didn't have to be too aggressive with the brown sugar. But whatever extra barbecue sauce you have, go for it, and maybe go a little bit lighter on the habanero than I did at the beginning. But you guys can extra play that out with a little bit of cornstarch and that brown sugar or any type of sugar that you have at home to make sure it gets to your right sweet and spicy level. I'm actually gonna have one of my guys from behind the camera come in. Jake, do you want to go ahead and try this?
I would love to.
Get at it, man.
All right, well, I can say right off the bat, it smells delicious.
Should be a little sweet, little spicy, nothing too aggressive, but definitely a spicy start with a mean kick. What do you think?
Initially, it's like got that really sweet barbecue taste, and wow, that'll hit you. I like that.
Sweet.
I like this a lot.
Sweet.
Double thumbs up. I like it.
Seemed like Jake liked it. It was definitely very spicy at first. So just play around with that flavor. Most important thing when you're in the kitchen is being able to kind of call the audible, especially for Super Bowl Sunday, and add in a little extra sugar. Make sure it gets to your right flavor consistency. And along with that flavor consistency, you want to make sure you got the right consistency of your sauce, nice and thick. So once we've got that all set, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in our sausage to our barbecue sauce. And we're just gonna give that a little mix. Turn that heat off, let everything sit in there for 10 minutes. And like I said, if you guys are doing this in a slow cooker, add everything in all at once. That barbecue sauce will thicken up over time. You want to make sure you have your flavor foundational and set to what you want it to be right before you add in that sausage, because that sausage is going to start to include its own flavor in there too and turn that smokiness into a nice smoked meat flavor, which will be delicious. We're going to let that sit just about 5 minutes and we'll go ahead and plate it up. All right, so we got our finalized sausages here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in a bowl for us. This is perfect to serve with some toothpicks. Lay that out for everybody. It's also nice to have crackers, some slices of cheese on the side. This is also a perfect addition to something like a charcuterie board or anything else that you're gonna leave out for everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get in a little taste test. Gonna go ahead and just grab one piece in here. A beautiful thing once you add the sausage, it keeps the hot bite from getting too aggressive and getting into the back of your throat, but it keeps it there and kind of keeps it lingering on your tongue, and it is absolutely delicious. Plate this up, add in some crackers, some cheese, leave some toothpicks in there. People can put it on top of a cracker and a piece of cheese, and it is delicious. And this is one of the perfect things to have at your Super Bowl party. If you guys liked what you see here, we thank you for checking out our channel. If you do want to check out some of our other recipes, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon to get notifications on when we post our next video. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you guys soon.